Welcome everybody to the Country and Hard Rock Show.
Sit it backwards.
Or I'm sorry, the Hard Rock and Country Show.
Hard rock.
Hard Rock. All right. So, did you invite your friendly fly from last time?
They're bad.
They're bad.
I had to.
You had to cover your coffee.
That ain't. Don't insult my tea.
Mercy.
That is not coffee. That is tea.
That's well. I tell you what. When I leave the pod in your little coffee maker, and you make your tea with my pod in it, and
It's
you have
horrible.
coffee tea.
It's horrible.
It's definitely entertaining
It's
for some
beyond
of us.
bad. Holy cow.
All right. So
All my bulbs come on today.
all your
No wonder I'm sweating. Good night.
all
Here,
your bulbs came out today.
Woo! It's only
All right.
like 1,000,000 degrees up here at this stage tonight, and we've got all the lights came on.
You're exaggerating. It's not 1,000,000 degrees. It actually doesn't feel too bad. Hey, you just got some extra hair here, but I told you it would make an entertaining video if I cut your hair. And you got the barber chairs right over there. We could do it like a haircutting thing.
Well, I just did
And I
my
only-
announcement last week that I am not cutting hair in here.
And I do have nerve problems that I might get a little twitchy, more than like normal.
No.
So I want to go and do some hard rock mining with you. Can I hold the dynamite?
We don't use dynamite. It'll ruin the geodes.
But when I watch all the videos, they have dynamite and they throw it down
Not
holes.
mine.
They throw it down holes.
Oh.
And then it blows up, and then all the rocks get like automatically put on the trailer and stuff. That's
It
what
don't- it
I'm
don't
watching
work
all
like
the videos.
It don't work like that.
It just happens like that.
Yeah, they do a lot of editing. That's something we don't do.
No, I am 100% positive that's exactly because you watch the rocks grow up in the air and they come down in perfect form and they're all cleaned up and everything.
I need to find it. There's a geode I've got from an old rock quarry where they used a lot of dynamite. What happens is the crystal inside breaks and it bounces around 1,000,000 quadrillion times when they
Really?
dynamite, and you open it up and it's a perfectly round sphere inside of dust.
Really?
All the crystals are gone.
Really?
If there's a broken crystal or a mineral in there, it just bounces around until it destroys it, and it is a perfect sphere.
Really? Maybe that's what happens with them on that when I was watching them. I was watching Bugs Bunny the other day, and it was just perfect. They threw the dynamite down the hole, and I want to be the one holding the dynamite.
I thought you were watching one of my competitors that does a whole lot of extra editing.
I think Bugs Bunny is one of your competitors.
He's kind of goofy.
And then I was
I
watching.
always wanted to see Goofy and Bugs Bunny box.
Yeah, I was watching Elmer Fudd. He's hilarious.
You're talking about stuff that whippernappers don't even know what probably is.
Whippernappers.
Whippernappers.
I don't even know what a whippernappers.
Whippernappers.
I'm sure glad you got your coffee all covered up.
It
there.
ain't
your tea.
coffee.
Your
Good
tea
night.
all covered up. Do you know getting a fly in your tea or coffee is actually biblical? There's a biblical example of that.
Yeah.
And it was Jesus talking to the Pharisees about straining a gnat out
Yeah.
with your teeth. That's why I always clench my teeth when I drink my coffee, because you never know what you might get in it.
I'm not drinking anything after it's been in there.
And then,
Well,
it's just
I
extra
did
protein.
drink one the other day. It had a lightning bug in it. That I waited till I could get the lightning bug and I flicked it out.
It was glowing. Is that what your glowing personality comes from?
Jack flies. I didn't get my ninja skills down last week. That was in the early morning, so my body wasn't
Your ninja
limbered
skills?
up yet.
Your ninja. Yeah. Oh boy, I don't know if it's limbered up. So I went in and I leaned back in the chair and I said, "Honey, baby, now come here. I got something in my eye." She's looking around my eye and she said, "I don't see anything." I said, "Do you see your reflection? Do you see the gleam?" And she walked away.
Yep. I am not surprised.
I don't know what to do with her.
Well, I've got an announcement. Another announcement.
Another announcement. Okay.
We need your help. We don't monetize these videos. We don't ask for money. We don't want the money. We're just doing this to bless people because we're just two goofballs that someday might monetize, but today we choose not to.
We can't use that term.
Monetize?
No, we can't use that term describing ourselves.
Well,
The
That's,
redneck that redneck term, because we got flagged for that.
we got flagged for using the word redneck.
Yeah, that's a derogatory term nowadays.
What channel was that?
It was YouTube, I thought.
I don't remember. We got flagged. Anyways, long story. Y'all could just share this video, make a comment. That's all we're asking. We're not asking you to follow us, send us stars, or give us money, or whatever the stuff is you get.
Ham sandwiches.
No, I don't like ham. Well, I like my ham. I
Turkey
cook.
bacon.
That's blasphemy. Now, you
turkey
need to
bacon
stop that
sandwich.
evil stuff. That's
Folks, you will make my week if he got turkey bacon in the mail.
no. I would not call you a friend. Friends do not send friends turkey bacon. That is not. That's got to be biblical. I mean, something about or non-scientifically or something, because turkey and bacon, I can't talk.
The Bible does talk about being a half-baked pancake, but I don't know about the turkey bacon or not. The
Turkey bacon is just.
You know, there wasn't much fat
My
on it.
great aunt Gladys, bless
Your
her
great
pink
aunt,
little.
your great aunt.
She was
Gladys.
like great. She lived to be 100 and almost 7.
Okay.
She used to just bell her out all the time. Kids! And she could bell her. Bless
Really?
her
I wonder
pink
where
little
you. I
soul.
wonder where you got.
She said that a lot too.
God bless your little picking soul. Okay.
There's only one molecule different. And she'd do the chin thing. One molecule different between plastic and margarine. It's of the devil. All that stuff that's fake is gonna kill you. You kids, you can't eat it.
But the turkey bacon's real.
It's evil. It's
It's
got
real.
to. I can't even talk about it.
It just.
You've
you
got
can-
me physically.
You know.
speechless.
You know.
Why do we always got to come back?
I
to
have
turkey
this.
bacon?
I have this effect on people. I really do. You're kind of wound up. Kind of wound up.
I've had a wound
You
up.
know, a
kind
man.
of- a whole my last 5 or 6 days has been kind of a wound up.
A man your age
Hey,
shouldn't be this wound up.
I seen the heart doctor today.
Did you?
Today.
Did you? While
Yeah.
you were going by, you saw the heart doctor getting out of his car.
No, we had a discussion.
Oh, okay. You had a discussion. How'd this discussion go? He
I'm
said-
fat. What you said? I said, but I lost 17. You know, I'm telling myself this because I'm wore out when I get there. I'm pooped. I've been pooped all day bad.
Okay.
I get there and
They
he
make pills for that.
he
Constipation.
is non-American, broken English, talks soft with a mask on. Woody's got tendonitis.
Woody's got 10.
So my wife is buffering what he's saying to me
Okay.
in a very loud voice.
All right. Why don't you videotape this? I mean, this could be part of our show. This would be entertaining.
I don't know if they'd allow
Can
it.
I go with you next time?
They said no, because my next one is I got to get the echi or the. We're gonna do the ultrasound of my heart in
Yeah.
a couple weeks.
Yeah.
It's a little bit bigger.
And I think that that you need somebody there to be with you to help you out.
He won't be there. He reads it later.
Oh, okay.
God, Mike. Golly.
I think, folks, this is more entertaining.
So I can't understand the feller. Bless his soul. I can't. You know, you got broken English. I'm fine with that. You got, but if you're gonna talk with a really thick, huge, like, I don't know what kind of mask on, you got to speak up. You can't talk like this.
The mask is
I
there.
can't hear it.
The mask is there for safety. I don't know
Something.
who's safety.
It's supposed
but
to filter his words.
It's like
But my interpretation is I'm fat.
you're fat. That's what your interpretation is.
But I figured that out buying pants. Yuck. There's a fly in that cup. Ah.
So on the pants.
We're gonna have to get some fly tape.
Oh, this.
I mean, this is a
so
huge
much
building.
more
How is it?
entertaining.
When we come up here, there's flies.
So I went pants shopping the other day, and that's always entertaining. So I picked out a dozen pairs of pants.
Did you get? You know, my daughter tells me one day. This is my Isaiah's like 8 or 9, and we're on the road, and I've got to buy a pair of pants
Okay.
because I am cold where we're at.
Okay, you're cold, and you didn't pack any pants.
I did, but just one pair.
Okay. And if you worn them frontwards, backwards, inside out,
And
frontwards,
sideways.
back, sideways. Okay.
So we're buying pants.
It's like a
We're at a big box store,
That fly likes my coffee.
and she goes, "Dad, you know, in our girls' pants, they make them stretchy. You need to get them, they fit you." I'm like, honey, they don't make them for boys my size. She said, "Yeah, they do." I said, not this boy.
So
Bless her little heart.
I went down and was trying on pants, and you know, with my short legs but large belly, it's hard to get that perfect size. So I was trying on different pants.
You better not go see my doctor then.
And
You're gonna be fat.
so I went in.
You know what? I'll just say this. Bless his heart. Because he does care. And he ordered the new tests and all this stuff. I get it. I am fluffy.
You're fluffy. Yes.
I didn't need
tell my
re-
wife that I'm
I
fluffy.
lost 17 pounds though today, I found out. From my last time there, because he said, "You need to lose a little weight, son." And he didn't say it like that, because I'm saying it Steve Woodruff style. Because he actually said, "Sir, you need to lose a little weight." And it wasn't that smooth because it was really bad broken English. But I gathered that because he leaned right into my face with this huge mask on.
Yep. Do you have a good bathroom scale?
No, I would probably break it.
I had a good
I
bathroom
am past the digits on the scale.
I bought myself a good bathroom scale.
Uh-huh.
It was one of those automated talking ones, and I got on it, and it
Did it
spoke
scream
up,
help?
and
Did it scream help?
It said, "How many of you are there up there?" Then it said, "Excuse me, we don't do livestock." So I threw it out the window, but I got a new scale.
Uh-huh.
It's foolproof. It's a stopwatch. And so you get out of the shower, you have to have a full-length mirror. You get out of the shower, and you take the stopwatch, and you stomp your foot really hard, and you start the watch.
Mm-hmm.
When everything stops jiggling, you stop the watch. I
You
got
just-
it down to
you-
14 minutes.
You got that. You just said that. He just said that. Now, I want to let y'all know something. This is unscripted, and we make it a point, besides like, hey, we might go film here or there. We don't even talk about what we're going to talk about. This stuff just comes out of our brains.
Yeah, and
Our vast
and
knowledge of useless knowledge.
Keep in mind, our wives, we are married, and we are happily married, at least we are happy. Our wives love us. They really do love us. So going back to the pants, I picked out a dozen pairs of pants to try on.
Is that like the boots when you bought all of them and your wife gave them away?
Nope, I only bought 2 pairs of pants. But in that dozen, I accidentally grabbed a pair of skinny jeans. And I got my butt into them, and I got them zipped up and buttoned. And I came out of the dressing room, and I thought there was nobody in the store but just my wife.
Oh
but
my gosh.
there was somebody else there, a husband, a wife, a boyfriend, girlfriend, waiting to use the bathroom, which was the changing room, which I was occupying at the moment. And I came out to show my wife these skinny jeans. And she kind of thought that they were pretty cool, but I did not get them. I'll just say that, because guys are not supposed to wear clothing that hugs that tightly
Right.
and takes that long to put on.
Right.
Yes.
I'm just going to say right.
But she thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
No,
I've had some
those
pants
aren't
that
for
were.
me.
I've had some pants that were a little older that looked like skinny jeans on me.
Yeah, were those before your bell bottoms or after your bell bottoms?
Well, I'm before the bell bottoms.
You're before the bell
I'm
bottoms?
right at that stage.
You're okay. All right. Do you still have your bell bottoms and your pinstripes?
No.
Okay.
No.
Just checking.
I was a boot cut young man.
You were a boot cut young man, huh?
Well, here's the problem. See, I'm not tiny, and neither are my feet.
We think we already covered that.
Yeah. When you got, when you're in 5th grade and you wear size 13 shoe, there is no regular pant leg your foot's going to go through. It needs to be boot cut. So I don't think skinny jeans and my big toe would go through there.
No, probably not. Probably not. But a lot of times those skinny jeans are like a spandex type material. So
Well, that's what Isaiah was telling me a couple
stretch.
years ago. I needed the stretchy pants because they fit better.
Yeah, you kind of, we call them grease your butt and slide in.
She thought they'd last longer on me
They
with
might.
my expansion.
So, your expansion.
My expansion.
I got a question for you. So, have you ever gone out the door and forgot to zip up your zipper?
Yeah.
Do you ever get to the store and forget to zip up your zipper?
No.
Well, I went out to Dollar General one time, and my wife was with me. And you think, being a good wife,
Can they hear you?
that she would like tell me, these flies are really bothering you, aren't
It's
they?
bad.
Okay. You think that your wife would tell you that your zipper's down?
Nope.
No. She let me walk all around that store. What, dude?
The flies are bad.
You're like having problems with these flies.
I am. It's bad.
They're bugging you.
Yeah, buggy flies.
Yeah, they're bugging you.
Yep.
So I was working on the van. We got our van all put back together. Got some spare parts left around.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's the thermostat.
Spare parts. Is that what that is?
Yeah.
What's it do?
A thermostat regulates the temperature of your motor.
Obviously, it's not in the motor, so is it doing okay? Is it okay to run it without it?
You always need to put the proper parts back, folks. Not have any left over.
I always have a few extra spare parts left over. And not, but don't worry, I got a handle on things.
Where did you have that hided at? I seen the thermostat earlier, but you seriously have a doorknob with you?
You never
Where did
know.
you come up with this crap?
You never know when you might need a spare doorknob for the other side.
Well,
You
your
ever-
door handle breaks on your car too. You know, your some baling wire, a random doorknob.
That is true. So I built my first house, and the fire marshal came to inspect it. And,
How'd that go?
and they always got to find something.
That's their job.
Always got to find something. So he's looking all over.
They have a job.
They do. So he's
You're about to
looking
gross me out
all
with those
over.
flies.
He's looking all over.
Just put your hand over your cup like this. Keep the flies out. You're creeping me out.
So he comes to inspect my house.
Okay, what are we talking about?
And
Fire
I
marshal?
built my house, and fire marshal came to inspect my house. And I had a little coat closet next to the
Was it
door.
like a tree house or what?
No, it's a real house.
A real house. Hey, for
A nice
real?
house. I built my wife a nice house.
Was it like out of straw and mud?
No, it was a nice
Bricks?
house in a nice subdivision. And
Did they have that? What's it called? I don't know what it's called.
I don't know what it's called either. My
The
brain,
thing that you gotta
my
pay to be
brain. Oh, one of those.
You got to pay a whole bunch of money to live in the community.
No.
Not the taxes.
This was a nice
HO.
little subdivision.
What is it
Yeah,
called?
no, Homeowners Association.
Yeah, one of them.
So,
you
no.
didn't live in that kind
No.
of. Well, I ain't
We
high
kinda
class
did-
enough.
We took care of ourselves. We
got-
took care of each other. And so I'll tell you another story about.
That
we
fly
came
went
home-
in that cup. I would throw up. We've got to get some fly tape.
I came home from work one day. I'll tell you that
You
story
work?
another day, and I found at the bottom of our subdivision all the mailboxes are lined up.
Uh-huh.
Some teenagers had come by with baseball bats, and every mailbox was smashed. But anyways, that's another story. So I was building the house, and the fire marshal came out to inspect before we sheetrocked, and he looked at the closet, a little closet by the it was a coat closet. You just opened the door, and it had a rack right there, a shelf and a rack. And
Can you
your
all
coats
picture
on.
this? Are you picturing
And
this?
he said, you gotta
Please
have.
comment if you can understand what he's talking about.
He said you gotta have a light in that closet. I said, why? I can only hang about 5 coats in there, and I don't think I need to worry. If I pull out the wrong one, chances are I got a 1 in 4 chance of getting the right one in the next pull. And he said, well, if you for some reason got in that closet, and if you for some reason pulled that door shut, how would you find your way out? That's exactly what he said. Honest to goodness. And luckily my wife was not there at the time. because St. Heidi doesn't always have a filter when you say stupid things. She said, well, if I can't find my way out, maybe I deserve to be in there. But we put a light in the coat closet in case you got stuck in there and couldn't find the door handle to get back out.
Okay. You have kids. Did you have kids then?
Yes.
How many?
I had 2.5.
2.5?
2.5. Do you understand the half?
Yes.
Okay.
Bun in the oven.
Yeah, her belly
Looks
kind of
like
looks
yours
like
right
yours
now.
and my belly. Well, no, yours looks more like about 10 months pregnant. But anyways, yes. And you know what?
You feel the love there
My kids would go in that closet
and play.
and they'd play and they'd find their way back out. It was amazing. It was really amazing. It must be something only adults would get lost in. The kids always found their
I
way
know
out.
some adults that kids are very much more smarter, and they have very high IQs.
That is true. That is true.
You know, I had a.
Did you want some of my coffee?
No. No. Don't. I'm gonna throw up. Flies are one of my weaknesses. I literally about to throw up. They're so nasty.
Mexican.
I can take a livestock animal that's got an infected foot and cut the foot wide open and drain it and pack it full of gauze and not have any trouble. But a fly?
Deep fried shrimp is one of my weaknesses too. So, you want to hear about the mailboxes?
No.
That was good.
Your flies are getting
That's a good story. So I get home and my mailboxes are all smashed. I mean, my mailbox is the beginning one and it was flattened. And then the rest right down the line were flattened. And most of the people living in that subdivision were like elderly people. So I kind of felt bad because, okay, so I bend my mailbox back in shape and all that, but I felt bad for the other people. And so I go up home and I'm kind of a little irritated. I go up to my neighbor and my neighbor he was such a sweet guy, but he's kind of like you. All right?
Good looking.
Well, yes, we'll go with that. He would mow his lawn shirtless.
Uh-huh.
And I'd always go out the driveway because we lived in a private subdivision and it was a dead-end subdivision. And I lived in the dead end. And I'd go out and I'd see him mowing his lawn and I'd always lean my head out the window. Hey! Does that sweater come in a sleeveless? And he was a real sweet guy from England, and he always had an accent. But he was a real sweet guy, and him and I were really close. And I talked to him, I said, your mailbox is smashed, my mailbox is smashed. And he said, yeah. And I said, I've been seeing these teenage boys doing donuts in some of the road.
Flies in the cup.
And so he said, yeah. So a little bit later, it wasn't probably an hour later, this little truck come barreling up through our subdivision to do donuts at the end of the subdivision.
Yeah.
And,
how'd that work?
Well, I took my truck out to the end of the driveway and blocked the road. And I just parked it there. And I got out. Well, my neighbor, he's a sweet guy, but he had like laryngitis and couldn't talk. And he comes running out of his house in just shorts, no shirt, and he looks like Sasquatch. He looks like Bigfoot come running down. And he gets right to the kid's truck, and they pull up my truck. And he's shirtless, and he's hairy, okay? He's hairy. And
I get that.
And he can't talk. He was yelling at him out of this whisper, but the point is coming across that they were almost going to meet Jesus. And them two kids were crying. We just talked to them. We just had a good old talk to them. They went back to their mother and told their mother everything that they did. She was so mad at them. They came back and apologized to every house on that road and paid for everybody's mailbox. Their mother wasn't too happy with them, but I just remember seeing.
Now you just shamed them.
I just remember my neighbor coming out and I was scared.
All the glory. I tell everybody my hair is like sunblock. It's great.
Keeps flies away too.
Well, it keeps you not so burnt.
You want some coffee?
Shelby, stop. Oh,
so,
man.
We're down in Kirksville.
You're not right.
We're down in Kirksville. If you ever get down to Kirksville, and I'm going to butcher this name, folks. I'm going to really butcher it.
Careful
Don't
what you
hold
say.
it again.
Careful
But
what
the
you
name
say.
of the Mexican restaurant was like La Flante. Am I?
I don't know. I'm not from Kirksville.
El Flante, La Flante, or whatever it is. I think it's the old Wendy's down there. And I'm going to tell you, that was the best Mexican food. I am not joking. That was the best Mexican food
But wait, I got one question.
Ever had.
One question.
What?
Did you fart the whole way home?
No. That's the time we were coming home, and I was just bombing up down the hills and up around the curves, and I hit that bird, and then I went down the hill, and I missed the bridge and missed the deer, and was able to keep going.
Okay.
But the Mexican restaurant.
Moving along.
So the Mexican restaurant, we
Do they
went
have
in.
chimichangas?
Yes.
Oh.
Oh,
Road trip.
man, deep fried shrimp chimichanga. So we ordered. The lady came and took our order. We ordered. My wife. This is how This is how long it took for us to get our food. The lady got our order. She walked away. My wife made a comment. I made a joke. My wife was speechless for about 30 seconds, 50 seconds. And they brought the food and set it down on the table. No joke at all. That's how quick it was.
Like that.
I mean, we were blown away. Absolutely blown away.
I don't think you'll get blown away.
Oh, man. And then I asked my wife. Oh, there it went. I asked my wife, I said.
I gotta quit watching that way. Hi,
They
guys.
had deep fried ice cream.
Yep, that's good.
And she wouldn't even let me get any. I had to finish her plate of food, too.
St.
'Cause-
Heidi. That's not
Oh
right.
my word, we were both kind of stuffed. So if you ever get down there, you need to stop at that place right across from that Harbor Jacks or Harbor Freight. Yeah, Harbor Freight.
Yep.
We
Well,
right
then our
across the
drive by.
street.
Well, that's pretty slow.
That
Should
might
we
be a cop.
wave?
That might be a cop.
Might be a cop. I
Yeah.
doubt it.
I've
Do
talked
we
to
have
some.
cops here?
I've talked to some of them recently.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're really nice guys.
So Mr. Shelby here, he had some beyond flavorful excitement.
Oh man. Yeah, that guy.
That'd be like finding a fly in your coffee right now.
I was a little hungry.
Protein.
What? Protein, yes. Have you ever stuck your head out the window as you're going down the road
No.
and had a fly hit you in the forehead?
No, I don't do
Or a
silly
bug.
stuff like that.
June bug. When you're driving a motorcycle with no shirt and you get a June bug right here, oh my word, it feels like you're getting shot. And you'll make a grown man cry.
I will tell you this though. When I was in high school, you know, back in the day.
Long time ago.
Back in the day.
Long.
Keep walking.
Bell bottoms.
No. Boot cut.
Boot cut bell bottoms.
Boot cut. No bell to it there.
No bell.
Buddy.
It didn't like. You didn't like have these big
Good night.
bell uppers.
Okay, so I've got
I've seen them in movies.
the bird.
You got the bird.
I've got the bird.
There's a lot of different ways that can be taken. Now
I've got a 1978 Formula Firebird big
Okay.
block with ram air and T-tops.
Okay, T-tops.
T-tops.
Yeah.
Most people don't know what that is.
T-tops. It means when you leave them off and it rains, it gets soaked.
Nope. Yep. Smart enough to keep them in the trunk.
Yeah, but if it rains and you forget to put them back on,
Well,
it gets
I
soaked.
didn't forget.
I borrowed a guy's T-tops one time.
Okay.
Yeah, I forgot.
That's weird.
I forgot.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm driving down this country road
Okay. Yeah.
and I'm enjoying my teenage loud music and the T-tops out of the car.
Is that like Barry Manilow back then, or
No.
what music was back then?
I think I was listening to Striper.
Striper. That's a fish.
No, it's a band.
Never
So
heard of it.
the music might have
Never
been
heard
on 10 out of 10.
Okay, 10 out of 10. Okay.
And I'm cruising.
You're cruising in your T-Bird.
No, Firebird.
Firebird with
T-Bird is a
T-top.
Ford.
T-Bird, T-tops, Firebird. Got it. Okay, I'll keep this straight. And you
Okay.
didn't have bell bottoms, you had bell tops.
Boot cut.
Okay, and you're driving down the road.
I clipped a yellow jacket
Okay.
and it got in the car because there was no T-tops.
Yeah.
in.
But you're being cool because you got the T-tops, but it lets everything in.
But you know, it's just kind of like having your window down when the air's coming over, you know?
Uh-huh.
They don't want to go back up.
No.
So it stayed at my feet. I ended up through a ditch, over the ditch, off the road, into the road, before I could get the brakes slammed on. And I found out at that fine moment in my life that if the yellow jacket is mad enough, they will go into your leg through your pants. Not all of them. But he looked very active down there, and as I was not watching the road at all. I mean, I was dancing like there was no dance. I mean, I was
and
like...
they say texting and driving is a bad idea.
Yeah, yellow jacket and driving is not good. Listening to Striper. So...
There's so much.
I ended up... you know, how I didn't actually roll the car might be a miracle.
You know, God had plans for you.
Something.
Yep.
Because, boy, the car... So the car is like completely 45 on a curve. There was a drop off on both sides. And I ended up off the road a little bit, flipped back around, fishtailed again, flipped back around, had the back tires off. You know, you could hear the undercarriage dragging on the gravel, and then finally got the brakes slammed on in the middle road at a 45 in the curve.
And did you go
There's
home?
a dog right there.
Did you go home and there is a
There's
dog
3 or
out
4
there.
people just walked by. And a
Did
dog.
you go home and
That's
tell
not the
your
killer dog that tried eating me yesterday at the post office across the street.
Dude, that dog is about the size of my dog. I mean, and you're worried about that dog eating you?
Not yesterday's dog.
Why are big guys scared of little dogs?
No, yesterday's dog was big.
So
Bigger than my dog.
you didn't go home and tell your mom what you did.
No. No, because I had quite a few accidents
Really?
in the car.
Really?
Quite a few. A 16-year-old kid, I'm going to admit it now that I'm cresting 50.
Creston 50.
A 16-year-old kid does not need a big block car.
Probably not. Probably not.
Especially if it's been worked on a lot.
So, I
had numerous incidents.
numerous incidents.
Maybe numerous.
So I was house sitting. Your B story reminded me of this. I was
Was it a yellow jacket?
wasn't house sitting, but I was checking on a house I was working on, and I went in and there was a bird in there, sparrow.
You didn't kill the poor thing like you did
And,
that robin last week, did you?
No. I am all about preserving and conserving
I'm
nature.
just mad you didn't say
Back
it.
when
we
we-
didn't stuff it.
Back when we coon hunted, we never would coon hunt with a gun. We always take a stick.
Did I tell you about the badger?
A badger. I'm talking about coon hunting.
Well, we
What
gotta go to
What-
badgers.
What
in-
badger?
I've been having trouble with badgers on my property. And them things are evil.
Them things are. They're kind of.
And they got like no neck. They're
No.
creepy.
Yeah.
And a whole fistful of mouth of teeth.
Yeah.
They look
you
like
leave
Jaws on miniature size.
You
'cause
leave them
their
alone.
mouth's not very big.
Them, you leave them alone.
So I'm looking in the creek and I'm like, what is that? We barely had water, which is in our creek is never a thing. And it was going up the creek, just kind of walking along. A couple of days later in that same area, I heard there went the dog. There's a dog. Whole bunch of rustling. Did you get a fly?
Nope.
Whole bunch of rustling around. And I'm like, what is going on over there? So I get up on my big old excavator and I'm standing there and I'm looking over there and I'm like, Lord Jesus. That was that. I didn't know what it was the first time I seen it. I just knew it was didn't look right.
That's where I'm sipping. Folks, his reaction, it makes it like the best part of this show. All right, so you got up on that excavator, and it wasn't a fly you saw. What did you see?
It was a badger.
It's a badger.
He grabbed a hold of this tree that was rotten,
Yeah.
and it was a decent sized oak tree that had died. He brought the thing down.
Huh. Wonder what was in it.
I don't know if there was grubs. I don't know what. I mean,
You didn't
if
want to
there's
go
a
down.
squirrel up in it.
You didn't want to go down and see.
No.
So coon hunting, we never used to go out with a gun. You'd go out there with a stick, and you'd climb the tree after that coon, and you knock the coon down out of the tree, and that coon had the option of whooping you and the dogs and getting away, or you get the coon. I mean,
There's a dog.
you give that coon a fighting
Where's
chance.
this dog come from? It's got a collar on it.
So,
Was the coon bigger than that dog? 'Cause that dog is tiny.
you know, we caught some big coons.
That
We
dog is tiny.
have coons that would eat that dog for lunch.
Look how small that dog is.
It is, but it's got it's got a
Good
collar. So, this bird, I go into this house and this bird
Flies.
is flying around.
Shoot it.
And so I go and catch the bird.
Would you put a dang napkin on that thing before I throw up? I am not throwing up on film. I'm not going to do it. We'll have to depart early. I about threw up a couple minutes ago.
All right, so
Thank you. Thank you. Good night.
so there's this
Shoot.
bird. I go and catch the bird.
Okay, I got to catch my breath.
All right, and I catch the
I got
bird,
complications.
and then it bites me on the hand. I mean, it chomps down with its beak, and it just sinks its beak right in my hand, and I was trying to help it. You know, there's a moral, now that I think about it, there's a moral of that story. How many times do we bite the hand that's trying to help us? But anyway, so I catch a bird, it bites my hand, so obviously I scream, and maybe it sounds like a little girl or whatever, and I drop the bird, and it keeps fluttering around. I'm like, I'm just trying to help you.
Uh-huh.
There's some good morals to that story too.
Yep.
And I catch a bird again, it bites me again.
Yeah.
And finally, after like getting bit,
Maybe because you have-
I get
maybe-
the bird outside.
Maybe because you like flies so much, it was eating the flies off of you.
I doubt that.
Okay.
I doubt that. I caught a squirrel one time down at church.
Let's leave that one alone. They'll censor us out.
I caught a squirrel,
Uh-huh.
and that squirrel bit me too.
I would too.
They've got teeth on them. They're like,
Well, they
I mean,
chew
you can't-
nuts open. What do you
can't
expect?
see Theodore's teeth, but they have teeth on them that big.
The devil squirrels, I call it, guys.
And-
That's the devil squirrel.
Oh, Theodore's a cute little thing. What are you worrying about Theodore for?
He's
Theodore
creepy.
would sit on your squirrels and crush
It
them.
is creepy.
And he's all concrete too. He's pretty hefty.
Okay, these
Yeah,
flies,
people-
I'm about to get ninja. Gonna get some ninja going.
I'm almost done with my coffee. We better wind this up.
I did not realize what time it is. It's late.
It's well, that clock, you can't go by that clock because that clock turns on with the lights.
Yep. But it's getting
It's
time.
not 1 o'clock in the morning.
I'm getting flied out.
You are getting flat out. So the question that we were all asking is,
Put the napkin on top of the coffee.
Can I
Pete's
go?
sakes.
Can I go mining with you and can I throw the dynamite?
No, we don't.
I learned
dynamite.
how to do it off of Daffy Duck.
No.
And I watch and you light the dynamite
no.
and then you throw it down
No.
the hole, but then it comes up this hole over here. So
No.
you gotta make sure you like hit it back down that hole.
No, our neighbors probably sell fireworks bigger than some of that dynamite. You know, we're getting to that time where they're. Yeah. All right, we got to wrap this up.
Yeah, we gotta wrap this up because you're gonna have like
I'm about
a
to break
connection.
something in half here. It
And-
look like I'm
and-
having convulsions.
You're having like Tourette's here.
It ain't Tourette. It's fly ninja capabilities.
With at your age and your heart conditions, you need to be like
I have a good heart.
calming down. Lay off the caffeine tea.
No.
The doctor said you need to.
I
be
don't
careful.
hardly drink soda. I don't hardly eat nothing with fructose. Let me have my tea. I don't drink
All right, so I
100-year-old
empty
malted scotch.
I'm gonna let the flies have the rest of it.
No, that's my wife's cup. She'll be mad. She's gonna see that on the video and say, "He didn't get the. I ain't never drinking out of it again." Yuck. Why do I hang out with you? Good night.
Oh mercy! So
Yeah. So,
I'm Shelby Whitney, Cowboy Country Church preacher.
what did we accomplish tonight? Did we
What
tell
did we
any one
accomplish?
story all the way?
We told a lot of stories all the way, and they were pretty good. They were pretty good. We talked about coon hunting and how you always give the coon a fighting chance. That
Uh-huh.
coon should have the opportunity to whoop you and whoop the dogs and get away. We talked about getting bit by a bird.
You did. You talked about all this.
You talked about going to see the heart doctor. and I gave you a new bathroom scale idea that would save money. And I mean, I'm trying to help you out a bunch. I mean, we talked about straining out a gnat. The Bible talks about straining out a gnat and swallowing a camel. I was up at your place the other day, up at your farm, and I opened my mouth and a gnat flew in. It took me like halfway back to Whalen to get that gnat out. It was like trying to make its home. It got caught in my teeth, and that's kind of reminded me of that story.
Yuck. Yuck.
But yeah, we accomplished quite a few stories here.
Okay.
We enlightened some of the folks.
I had the killer yellow jacket.
You had the killer yellow jacket in the
And
car.
that
I told you don't.
creature that. Oh, there's the dog again. Is there somebody out there still? There was people
I
like
don't
out
think
there.
so.
They were just on their side of the
I
sidewalk
don't
watching.
think so. You had the killer yellow jacket that crawled up your leg. That reminds me of another story. At some point in time, we'll have to talk about the snake crawling up the pant leg.
No.
Yeah.
I'll have nightmares for weeks.
You're gonna have nightmares about flies in your coffee cup. I'm
Yeah.
letting them have the rest of it. See, I'm a good conservationist.
My wife
You
will
don't
never drink out
kill-
of that cup again.
You don't kill anything needlessly. If you're gonna kill it, you eat it.
You are from New York.
Yeah, well,
You're weird.
but don't
Just-
worry. I
just
got a
saying.
handle on the situation.
Guys, I'm Steve Woodruff. They call me Hard Rock. I'm a hard rock miner.
But he won't let me come and use dynamite.
No, you'll ruin my rocks. They're precious.
I'm Shelby Whitney. I'm a cowboy church preacher, cowboy country preacher.
One more time.
I'm Shelby Whitney, cowboy country church preacher,
And
and
fly compass sword.
oh boy, look at all those suckers there.
Good night.
Good night.
Be blessed.
Always watch the flies in the coffee.